This is the story of a man all of us have come to know and love. We feel that way about him because of the special kind of person he is. He commands our respect in this superficial, egotistical, but always magical world of television. And what better way to tell his story than to use the medium? So gather round as we document the life of a living legend, the last of his breed, a master, if you will.
Leonardo da Vinci, a documentary. From the beginning, you could tell he was destined for television. Even as an infant, he had the kind of hair anchormen would kill for. As a young man, broadcasting got into his blood, along with large amounts of coffee. He worked for a number of odd jobs, including a lengthy stint in Philadelphia. For a while, he was part of the Dream Team, so named because he dreamed someday of getting a job with a real TV team in a place like Arizona. When he finally clinched the job, he anchored briefly with some chick named
Linda Alvarez.
Before it all started to come together for him. He had reached the pinnacle of his career. 12 News, 5 o'clock.
Now, Vince Leonard, Lynn Sue Shepard, Bill Austin's weather, and Steve Passetti on sports. This is 12 News, 5 o'clock.
Paradise would last just 10 years, but during that time he would continue to sharpen his skills as an anchorman, rarely mispronouncing words, though he occasionally had trouble with camera shots.
What the hell? Oh, come on.
The nightly sports quiz also threw him a curve.
73. Trouble was the obvious answer, wasn't it? Trouble was I believed you.
But he proved himself unflappable, if not unflippable, on the air.
Oh, you talking to me, Jerry?
Well, you know, that's what I'm trying to say, if I get this light right here.
I think
Rich, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I was talking to Brian.
Oh.
Trying to adjust my light, doing all kinds of things.
I thought you were insulting me there,
No,
Jerry.
not me.
He became the Cronkite of Valley News, trusted, respected, and he did it all without a decent lead-in.
This is the defendant, Fawn Simmons.
Now, you know, Vince's retirement, as much as he'd like you to think otherwise, is really not a voluntary thing, even at his age. He has been driven to this by an insulting, irritating, petty little man. No, the other one, Doug Llewellyn.
Hello, I'm Doug Llewellyn, and welcome to the People's Court.
This is not to say that Vince was a mild-mannered gentleman all the time. No, he had a wilder side that was rarely seen on camera. Only those who worked closely with him, very closely, knew it wasn't really water in the styrofoam cup. Bad habits, Vince had them, like trying to intimidate his co-anchor while blatantly violating company smoking policy.
We'll show you how residents of Holbrook feel about Holly running free.
Rules meant nothing to Vince. He completely ignored the company policy on sexual harassment.
I have now in the playoff series usually looms bigger because there's only 7 games in a playoff series. A lot bigger than, say, 1 loss in 82 games in the regular season.
In news around the nation, landmark legislation to outlaw discrimination against America's 43 million disabled people. The Americans with Disabilities Act was passed by the House on a 403 to 20 vote.
Vince, can you stop pawing me like this?
Nope.
I'm lying here with nothing on, Vincey. Can't wait till you get home after the show.
Thank you. I'm going to give you the clue, and you'll then have 30 seconds in which to write down your question. Be sure you phrase your response properly. Here we go. The final Jeopardy answer is this.
Leonardo da Vinci. What would you like to say to him now that he's leaving?
Vince, congratulations on your retirement. I think about you often, and I always admired the dignity and the sense of humor that you brought to the news. I'm sure that you will be greatly missed by the viewers in Phoenix and in Arizona. Bill and I wish you and Frankie the best.
How you doing, Homer? Same as always, I see.
Homer, Vinsky. I can see it now. Homer, Vinsky, and Linda Alvarez, co-anchors. You mean you were a 22-year anchorman in Philadelphia as Homer Vinsky? No wonder you're in Phoenix. Seriously, now if we could change your name, and it could be something like Vince Leonard, or maybe Cameron, that would be good. We would have something. Ah, seriously. Vince has been the greatest thing for this station and our news team. And we're going to miss you, and we're going to hate to see you go because we're on the move, and you have really been part of it. Good luck, Vince.
You are demonstrating your trust in me, and making me a part-time member of your family.
Well, hi, Vince. There's something that Tina and I wanted to talk to you about. We've been going over this expense report, and there's this little item of the this bar bill, this $200 bar bill. You might recall that our limits are $35 on entertainment expenses. I'm sorry, we're going to have to disallow this. I really wouldn't have believed this of you, Vince, until I see it from my own eyes. We're going to miss you, though, Vince. You're a class act. Good luck. Enjoy your retirement.
We'll miss you, Vince. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Vince, I know everybody at KPNX is really going to miss you. You're going to leave a void because nobody can take up space the way you do. And I'll always consider you one of the most gifted, talented friends I've ever had, if we count talents like breathing and walking. One thing we've always had through the years is a very honest, upfront friendship. And I know you'd never say anything behind my back that you wouldn't say if I was out of the room. But seriously, Vince, there is no way 18 years could have slipped by since you and I did our first newscast together. Except when I look at the calendar, I have to face the fact that they have. And as we both know, an awful lot has happened to both of us in these nearly 2 decades, some of it fun, some of it sad, some of it strange, but most of it interesting. You and Frankie know, without me telling you, how very special both of you are to me and how I value our friendship. I do have just one question, though, Vince. How could you be retirement age? Because when we started working together 18 years ago, I distinctly remember you telling me you were 35.
Hey, what's this doing in here? Is this yours, Vince? Did you leave that in my desk?
Vince, I heard you were quitting and hanging up the microphone. I thought I'd just say goodbye from my new hangout and the best of luck to you. See you later.
Well, I know you live on the side of this here mountain, Leonard. I'm going to find you, and when I do, we'll probably have a couple of beers or have a good time or something. Hey, congratulations, Vince. We love you. Goodbye.
Well, the word is that it will probably be something that we'll all have to use.
Vince knew that I'd been working on this documentary following a midshipman, you know, somebody at the Naval Academy. We'd been following this mid for like 3 years, and then one day Vince rushes into my office and throws this magazine on the desk and says, "Here, this is the story. This is the real documentary you should do." He said, "It's pornography and it's being published by the midshipman right there at the Naval Academy." Well, naturally, I said, "Sure, I'll look into it, Vince." But I mean, he was really worked up about it. He already had a title for the program. He was going to call it Sex, Lies, and Videotape at the Naval Academy.